Hi, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. This is week 2 of Halloween-a-thon wrap-up. Really excited about this one because I'm actually giving you a glimpse of our family's Halloween dinner party slash movie night. So yeah, I don't really give a lot of I don't really show a lot of our family stuff just because I'm really private about that, but I do show you guys clips of our dinner and our tabletop and all that stuff. I'm really excited to show you guys. So in this video, I'm going to tell you guys everything I read and the foods that I made and movie that we watched. I only watched one movie and that was for our movie night. But before we get into explaining all this, here is a clip. So as you can see, the movie that was chosen is the first Beetlejuice. My kids love that movie, so that's the one that we watched. It's not necessarily Halloween, but it does have, you know, a little spooky vibe. And we can't go anything too scary because our youngest is 9, so she still gets scared. She's the only one that can't handle the super scary stuff. So yeah, Beetlejuice was the movie that was chosen for movie night. For food, we made, or I made, I made witch hat calzones that just had pepperoni, and then it had, you know, cream cheese, it had mozzarella, a bunch of seasonings, and then we dipped in marinara. Made mummy pigs in blankets. Those were really cute. The biggest hit were the calzones. Everybody went friggin' nuts for those. Those were really good. They were a new recipe. I'd never made those before, and they will definitely be coming back, even though they were the biggest pain in the ass to make. But they were really good. Of course, I made the sugar cookies that had, you know, the pumpkins and the ghosts on them because, of course, they're delicious. I made those. What else did I make? Made a charcuterie board with, of course, that I was showing you guys in the haul a while back. I made the charcuterie board with the little skeleton, but I made a pumpkin cheese ball that had like cream cheese, shredded cheese, bunch of seasonings, and then I rolled it in crushed Doritos to look like a pumpkin. Made that, and then I put a bunch of cheeses, meats, crackers, mixed nuts, prosciutto, different other meats, and you know, some like little pumpkin candies. And then I got some jalapeno jelly and some wild cherry fruit spread and other things, and put on the charcuterie board. That was a big hit. We love charcuterie boards, they're so good. And I laid all of that on the bar. So it was mostly just like snacky foods, because that's what we love for the dinner party, even though it's more like snacks. But that's what my kids go crazy over. They would rather have that than a full-blown dinner, just because that's what they're going to eat better anyways. And then for drinks, I didn't get a clip of the drinks, but I do Sprite. And then I had the ice cube trays that I showed you guys in the haul a while back. I will link that video down below if you guys didn't see it. But the ice cube trays that had the gummy bugs and eyeballs in it. So I put those ice cubes in Sprite. And then I have the little fruit punch liquid stuff, and then you pour that in the top to where it looks like blood going into it. And then I put the glow-in-the-dark vampire bite things on top to where it looks like a vampire bite. So I call it vampire bite drinks. I found them on Pinterest. They're really fun. They're a huge hit. My kids think they're freaking awesome. Even our 18-year-old was like, these are so cool, and she had to take a picture of them. So they were a big hit too. Those were the drinks. Like I said, very thematic. And then I have my Halloween playlist that I play the whole time. I'll link my playlist down below too, in case anybody's interested. It's on Spotify. But you know, if anybody needs a Halloween playlist or any inspiration, you can always like add any of my songs to your playlist if you want. But yeah, so we have all the lights off. We have dinner by just candlelight. We have the music playing. It's a whole vibe. Everybody goes really crazy over that. They love it. So yeah, it was really fun. And then after dinner, of course, we watched the movie Beetlejuice, and everybody really enjoyed it. So that was dinner, and that was like on the last night of the week. Throughout the actual week, I made an apple crisp one day. That was really good. And then I had got ice cream cups, like Bluebell ice cream, vanilla, and had, because I can't, my hands, you know, because my joints, I can't deal with the scooping of the ice cream, so I just get the cups. It's probably not as environmentally friendly, but I can't scoop it, and my husband's not home during the day. So that's what we did. So we had ice cream with the apple crisp. Really good. That was really delicious. I showed clips. You'll see the clips of that. So apple crisp. And then that was really the most I did all week, just because it took me all week to prepare for the Halloween dinner party and getting everything together. You'll see, like, I made a balloon. We made a balloon arch. It took all of us to air them up. But we made a balloon arch, and yeah, and the whole, it takes all week to prepare for the Halloween dinner party, but it's so worth it. They have the best time, and I really love that they'll have that memory, and I think it's something that hopefully they'll do with their kids maybe, and just hopefully they'll just have that memory forever. And it's well worth the effort, in my opinion, and the cleanup. But yeah, so we had a lot of fun with that, and that's really all I did. Dinner party and reading, and made the apple crisp. I didn't watch any other movies, but we'll get into the books that I read, because I did read 4 books. Well, that's all the Halloween-a-thon books. I read other books, but these are the ones that were specific for the Halloween-a-thon. So I read 4. First one, I read both of the Pumpkin Man books by Penny Moonz. Of course, these were sent to me digitally by the author. So first, let me read you the synopsis on these. These were sent to me digitally, so I'll put the picture on the first one here. And I will read you the description. This is a silly little book for Halloween-y times. It's kitschy, fun, and weird humor. Of course, there is gore and violence. For me, it is satire of our Halloween. For me, it is a satire of our favorite Halloween slasher movies where the villain is a crazy, stalking, relentless weirdo killer, dangerous, a little silly and strange, and just won't die. So, this is set in the 70s in a town called Birch Hollow, and the entire town is Halloween obsessed. And the entire town is decked out in Halloween. Like, they go crazy for Halloween, and everybody decorates, and it's a big, huge deal. And it's known, like, nationwide for Halloween. It's very autumnal and atmospheric, and all of the vibes are very much there. So it was very fun. It was just a fun, silly, campy horror slasher. Like, I had a really good time with it. One thing this author does really well is dark humor, and there were parts of this that were hilarious even during the slashing parts. Like, if you've read a Penny Moonz book, you probably know what I'm talking about. I won't give anything away, but the mayor in this was hilarious. He really made me laugh. Oh my god, like, hilarious. I can't even even thinking about it now. I mean, yeah, I can't. This, like, it reminds me of Goosebumps, but a more grown-up, gory, gross version of it. But yeah, this was just a really fun, over-the-top read, and I will warn you that no one is safe from the Pumpkin Man. No one. But yeah, it ended up being a 3-star for me. Just a really good time. Pumpkin Man 2, and this is the cover of Pumpkin Man 2. I ended up liking this one better than Pumpkin Man 1. This is the origin story. It's how Pumpkin Man came to be. So you get more history on the town and some of the characters from part 1. And actually, you don't have to have read Pumpkin Man 1 to understand Pumpkin Man 2. Like, it could be read as a standalone and you would still understand exactly what's happening. And also, this has that dark humor. It's absolutely hilarious, just like part 1. And this one I thought was a lot more gory than part 1. And I found it to be also, like, wildly imaginative. And my favorite side characters in this were the nuns, and you have to read it to find out why, but they were hilarious. But yeah, this was creepy, it was tense, and the ending went absolutely off the rails. Like, in a big way. It just went bonkers, which, if you know Penny Moonz, you would expect nothing less from her. If you've read any other books, you should know. I really enjoyed it, and I would recommend, if you enjoy comedy horror, if you enjoy a good campy slasher, I would definitely recommend it. Next up, we have All Hallows by Christopher Golden. I've been wanting to read this one for a long time, finally got around to it. Honestly, this one I didn't like as much as I expected to. So let me read you the synopsis of this one. It says, it's Halloween night, 1984, in Coventry, Massachusetts, and 2 families are unraveling. Up and down the street, secrets are being revealed, and all the while, mixed in with the trick-or-treaters of all ages, 4 children who do not belong are walking door to door, merging with the kids of Parmenter Road. Children in vintage costumes with faded, eerie makeup, they seem terrified, and they beg the neighborhood kids to hide them away to keep them safe from the cunning man. There's a small clearing in the woods now that was never there before, and a blackthorn tree that doesn't belong at all. These odd children claim that the cunning man is coming for them, that they want the local kids to protect them. But with families falling apart and the neighborhood splintered by bitterness, who will save the children of Parmenter Road? All Hallows, the one night when everything is a mask. So it does say in the synopsis that there's some drama with the neighbors. There's some drama with the neighborhood, and there is. And it says that there's these kids going door to door, and they're hiding from the cunning man and all that. Yes, there is both, but the focus is definitely a lot more on the drama and a lot more on this the neighbors and all the drama. And it was a lot of drama. And to me, that's really mostly what it was. And the kids and the cunning man and the creepiness was definitely more in the background to me. I really wanted more of that. The focus was so much on this drama that's really, by the time it got to the good stuff, which was more like toward the end, because until then it was like the cunning man and all that was more like definitely in the background, and then by the time I got to the good stuff, I was just like so over it, that I just was like, I really didn't care anymore, honestly. So I mean, the writing style was good, but I just wanted more focus on the creepiness. Like, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to get out of it. I didn't really want all the drama. Like, I knew there was going to be drama, but I just didn't want it to be all the focus on that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, going into it that there's going to be that, says that straight from the synopsis, but that was so much of the focus. So anyways, it was just okay for me. I didn't get out of it what I wanted to get out of it. Would I read another Christopher Golden book? Yes. Like, his writing's good. It's just I wanted more of the focus to be on the cunning man and the kids. And it starts off, the Barbosa family is like putting together these Barbosa's haunted woods that everybody knows about and everybody comes to, and it's this whole thing, and they're talking about all these props and things, and I was really thinking, oh, this is going to be really good. But yeah, the focus wasn't on the creepiness and the vibes and that ambiance and that atmosphere. It was all in this drama. So yeah, it lost me after that. But anyways, that ended up being a 3-star for me. Last one I read was Mischief, Not Massacre, 10 Tales of Halloween by Jason Parent. This one was sent to me by the author, and this one is an anthology, but it was really a pleasant surprise. Anthologies is one of those things that, like, it's usually hit or miss for me, because there are usually a few that like really kill the average, or that I really usually don't care for, whatever. I enjoyed every single one of these. They were all really, really, really good. There was one that kind of, the ending was just like okay for me, but other than that, every single one of these was awesome. Even that was really awesome until the very end. I'm like, really? But all of them were great. They were all super atmospheric, had all the Halloween vibes or all the fall vibes or both. Very good. They had some of my favorite tropes. There were monsters, there were vampires, there was revenge, karma. There was a really cool one involving a haunted house that was awesome. But it was a very well curated and very well put together collection that just, the pacing was really well. They went really well together. Like, going from one story to the next just went very smoothly. Better than probably I've ever seen in a collection. I just flew through it. I sat down and I think I read it in one setting, but they just went so well together. But they were such a vibe. All of them were very creepy. There was plenty of gore, creepiness, tension, and the way that he is able to build tension and a sense of dread in a short story is nothing short of amazing. He just did really well with that. So yeah, the characters were really well developed, I thought, and yeah, he just did really well. I've never read a Jason Parent book until now, but I will definitely be reading more from him because I really enjoyed his writing style, and it was very descriptive. He did really well with setting a scene and just describing things that just added to the creep factor really in a really big way. Also, all of the stories were really unique and things that I've never read before. I felt like, you know what I mean? So you'll read stuff and you're like, okay, well, been there, done that, or whatever. I've read this before, okay, tell me something I haven't, show me something different. All of these were so uniquely done, and things that I've never ran across before. But yeah, really, really nicely done. This ended up being a 4-star. If Goodreads would let me do 4.5, I would do 4.5. So this is probably 4.5 star. It was really, really good. So those were all the books, and that was all I did all week. I say all I did. I've had a really busy week with the party and everything. So next week you're going to be getting 2 videos actually, because I have so much going on that I'm going to have to give you 2 videos. I'll probably have one come out. What day are we in? Friday. So I'm going to have 2 videos come out next week. Expect one on Tuesday, a book haul, because I've gotten so many books recently that I'm going to have to give you a book haul Tuesday. Which, you know, that's a good thing. I like getting new books, and I think people like to see book hauls. I know I love to watch book haul videos. So you're going to be getting a book haul video on Tuesday, and then on Friday you're going to be getting week 3 of Halloween-a-thon wrap up. So that's cool. And on that one I'm actually watching movies, diamond painting. I've got lots of books, and I've got a lot of things going on, and I know I'm going to do something fallish this weekend. I haven't decided what yet, because it depends on the weather, and it depends on it just depends on all the things I have going on. So it's a surprise, but yeah, I do have fun things coming next week to you guys. So just something to look forward to. But regardless, you'll be hearing from me twice next week. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Bye for now.